What's up, guys? Just coming back with it again. Just thought I'd do another one. This one is a tutorial. So right now we are going to show you how to root the LG Optimus L9. There's various ways to do this, but this was the way that I chose to do it. So with that said, let's go ahead. I'm trying to get a better shot there for you guys. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to want to do, and I'll include instruction, or I guess you could say instructions in the video description, as well as try to include those in the video itself, like with, I guess, I don't know what they call them, placeholder shots, or I'll try to include them in the video somehow. But anyway, the first thing that you want to do is go to Force Shared. And you can do that either on your phone, which I didn't do it that way. I did it on my computer. I know they have an Android app to do that as well. But you go to Force Shared, and the file that you are looking for. Now, I'm already in my file manager there. So once you get to Force Shared, the file that you're going to look for is this file right here. It's capital L, capital G, capital P, WN.apk. Let's try to get a shot of that. That's called capital LGPwn.apk. So at Force Shared, that's the file you're looking for. When you type that in on Force Shared, there's various files of it and various uploads. The one for the purpose of this tutorial is by uploader Ketu872003. That's Ketu872003, and that's spelled KETU872003. So once you find that file, however you find it, you'll have to get it on your phone, and there's various ways to do that. I'm not, there's no right or wrong way, so you can use SD card and transfer it to your SD card from your computer and install it that way, or you can go ahead and use a USB cable. So once you get it on your phone, you'll go ahead and use File Manager, which is what I use to open it, and you can save it wherever you want. Me, myself, I usually save stuff in the Downloads folder, just probably because it's habit. So I go ahead and go in there. And then there's your file that you'll get from Force Shared. So we're going to go ahead and install this. So, and then we got a prompt here saying, okay, let's get this straight. It says, complete action using, you got 3 choices. Let's go ahead and go package installer. It's a clean file. I've already, scanned it a bunch of times. So, and then there's this little spiel right here. I'm trying to get it kind of straight for you guys. Phone set to install only. Okay, and I haven't set this phone, so that's good. It's telling you phone set to install only applications obtained from Google Play Store. To continue to installation, check unknown sources on phone and setting security unknown sources. So you can actually go there, and then there's where it's telling you unknown sources allow installation of apps from sources other than the Play Store. We'll go ahead and it gives you this spiel right here. Phone and personal data are more vulnerable to attacks by apps from unknown sources. Agree that you are solely responsible for any damage to your phone or loss of data that can result from using these apps. So go ahead and press OK. So then it went ahead and authorize that. So then you back out of that, and we'll go ahead and try to install this again. Excuse me. Go to package installer. Tells you how you want to install it, blah blah blah. Press install, and you wait here, and then it installs pretty quick. We'll go right ahead and just get it going. So you go to open, and then this tells you little spiel right here. I'll give you a few seconds to read it. Okay, and then what you do is you go ahead and you do press the root me. So right here you press root me, and and then it's gonna give you this. It tells you stuff about restoring and backing up, so just go ahead and next through all that. Press done, and then here's a user license agreement. Just press accept there, and then this is the process. So it's a let's get a good shot there. So that was the first step. It went through like a backup process, and now where we're at, we're presented with three choices. There's a backup choice, a restore choice, and a schedule choice. The choice you select here, I'm trying to get a good shot for you guys. Alright, there we go. The choice you select here is restore. So let's go ahead and click restore. And then your only option is internal storage, so click that one. The next step has another option for you to choose. Your only option is this, so click that. And then you'll get this little prompt here, warning, whatever it is. It says cross model restore. Restoring between different models may not be 100% compatible, and some app may not run properly after restore. Just press OK. And then it's telling you what it's doing, what it's restoring. Press continue. Your phone data will be overwritten with the contents of your backup, so just press restore. That's the little process. It takes about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. It seems like it's slow at first. You'll sit there thinking, is this thing ever going to go? But it kicks in about a minute after, and then it goes pretty fast. So just give it a little bit of time, little bit of time. Okay, and now it's telling you what just happened. Files restored, everything that's done. Tells you you're done. Please restart the phone. So if you click yes, it will do that. So click yes, and then now you gotta wait a little bit. This takes about 2-3 minutes. Maybe at the max 5 minutes. It's not really a long process. So you're presented with your LG screen there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and these phones are rather sluggish, so it takes a minute to load everything. So go ahead and I'll go to Smart Launcher always. Yeah, we don't like using that. Okay, so now we're back into our launcher. So after this part, there's 2 programs or 2 apps you'll need to get from the Play Store. One is necessary. It's the Super SU app. That installs the binaries. Once those are installed, you should be rooted properly. Without those installing correctly, you're not going to be rooted properly. And the next app is Root Checker Basic, which just basically checks your root, but it is good to have to know if you're properly rooted, So my process is I'll go ahead and I downloaded Root Checker Basic beforehand just to save us some time, but after that I'll have to download Super SU. So let's go ahead. Or did I download? Yeah, I did. There we go. So if you could see, Root Checker Basic is over there. So let's go ahead and go to Root Checker. Oops, let me get a good shot for you guys. Let's go ahead and go to Root Checker Basic. So we'll click that one, and that's how Root Checker Basic opens. This is when it first opens. It tells you, disclaimer, this app will not install root on this device. It will verify proper root installation. Just press agree. It tells you what's new in this version, okay? And then right there it's telling you, excuse me, verify root status. It's telling you the device. Of course, we're using the LG P769, and it's telling you the Android version. So if you press verify root, okay, it says congratulations, root access is properly installed on this device. I'm actually rather puzzled why it said that. I was expecting it not to say that. I was expecting it to say that, root is not properly installed on this device or unsuccessfully installed. And when it says that, instead of green, it gives you an orange, a little orange thing there. The reason why I was expecting that was because the binaries usually have to be installed for you to get root properly. But like in this instance, sometimes, since I've did this like 2 or 3 times already with this phone, it might have already kept the binaries installed, and probably, I think sometimes when you do that and it restarts, it'll sometimes reroute it at the kernel level. So I'm not sure what happened there, because I actually wanted it to say that it wasn't installed successfully, so I could have showed you guys the next step. What I would have did was we would have went, okay, so it's not installed successfully, and like I said, instead of being a green thing there, it would have been an orange thing, and instead of having a check mark, it would have had an X. So what I would have did is, okay, well, if it didn't, if it was installed unsuccessfully, you go to Google Play. So we'll go ahead and go to the Play Store, and I'm trying to get a good view for you guys. So then once you're at the Play Store, you look for the Super SU. We'll have to type it in. Okay, let's see. Oh, terrible. Super SU. And then the one that I usually get, and then I think I've seen most recommended, is a Chainfire one. There's other ones you can try, but for the purposes of this tutorial, let's go ahead and do the Chainfire one. So it says install, so I'm going to click install, and then I'll just go through that process real quick. Okay, so after installing, we're going to go ahead and open it. And I'm wondering if it's going to prompt that the binaries need to be installed or updated. Since it told me root was already successfully installed, I'm not sure what kind of message I'm going to get from this. Because if root wasn't properly installed, usually once you check root checker and then it says root's unsuccessfully installed or not properly installed, after root checker you go to Super SU, and then it'll usually prompt you to update or install those binaries, and then after that you go back to root checker to check if root is installed. So I'm not sure what we're going to get here, but let's see. It should just, since I don't think this is installed or wasn't installed, but it could have been, since it said it was successfully rooted, it could prompt us to install the binaries. It might not, or update the binary. So let's see what we get here. So we're going to click open. So after open, okay, yeah, it did. So it says the SU binary needs to be updated. Continue. So we'll click continue, and then it gives you the spill here, Super SU. If you have a custom recovery like TWRP or CWM that can be used to try to install the SU binary, this is recommended for HTC devices. How would you like to install the SU binary? And we don't have custom recovery on here, so you just choose normal. And this is a pretty fast process. So, Super SU installation success. So then you'll press OK. And then, I think I'm already following him, so we'll press no thanks. And then this is it. Your binaries are installed, now. So when you go somewhere to one of your root programs, it'll ask you, it'll prompt you for a root use. So let's see, for example, like root checker basic. I'm not sure if it's gonna prompt me since I've already used it, but let's go ahead and let's go ahead. I'm trying to get a better shot there for you guys. It looks like it's getting kind of blurry. Let's go ahead and do that though. So we'll go to root checker basic, and then oh, I'm sorry. Okay, root checker basic didn't prompt us for that, so we actually have to download a root based program. So let's go ahead and go to the Play Store, and let's do what is a root program? Is that Greenify. I think that was root based program. So we'll go ahead and install this. Okay, so then I'll click open. Okay, so see, there it is. This is a root-based program, so it'll tell you really quick, super user request, Greenify, so we'll grant it. You can deny or grant it. So if you grant it, then it says Greenify has been granted super user permission. So there we go. That pretty much tells you that root's working, you know. Press OK. And then, you know, you got your options. I don't know if this program would work without root or not, but it did. You know, once I clicked it and tried to run it, it had asked me for super user authorization, which usually lets you know your root's running correctly. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just exit out of this, and then if you want to check, actually, you know, let's go ahead and exit out. You can actually go to Super SU, and in Super SU it should have this as being, where's Super SU at? Okay, in Super SU it should have Greenify as being one of your root programs. So if we open Super SU, look, there it is. It has, if you can see that there, let me get a better picture. It has Greenify right there as one of your root programs, and then the little prompt next to it is, you know, your options. You can click that, and it's telling you if you want to let Greenify access super user permissions, you can grant it. You could prompt deny. So, but that is it. That is pretty much the process on how to root the LG Optimus L9 P769. There's various ways to do this, but this way has worked for me. Like I said, I tried about 2, 3, maybe 4 other methods that didn't work, and I'll include a detailed instructions in the video description, as well as try to include slides or something in the video that'll explain how to do this. But there you have it. That's the rooting tutorial for the LG Optimus L9.